In this clip, we want to visit different places around the city of Isfahan and introduce a few of them to you. Kord-e Olya Underground City. Kord-e Olya Underground City is one of the largest underground cities in Iran and the world, located in the village of Kord-e Olya in Isfahan province. This underground city was discovered in 1395 AH, which is 2016 in the Gregorian calendar, and dates to the Parthian period. Kord-e Olya Underground City has an area of approximately 20,000 square metres and has 80 entrances and exits. It is built on 2 levels and includes rooms, corridors, wells and numerous storage areas. This underground city is a symbol of Iran's historical and cultural identity, demonstrating that the people of Iran had advanced knowledge and technology in the past. It has only been 8 years since the discovery of this underground city. The city had a peculiar fate. It was once used by military forces during the Parthian period, and then the Armenians made it their home during the Safavid era. After their migration, Muslims took their place, and this city became a place for storing agricultural products. However, researchers who were looking for traces of an underground city accidentally came across this city in 1395 AH, 2016, with its entrances all blocked. Since its discovery, about 1,600 metres of it have been opened. The city bears a strange resemblance to the historical buildings in Rome. Its construction was inspired by the circular city planning of Rome. It has 2 levels, constructed at a depth of approximately 8 metres underground, and covers an area of about 20,000 square metres. Another interesting aspect of this city is the number of its wells. Kord-e Olya Underground City has approximately 80 water wells, each with a depth of 12 to 18 metres. Interestingly, some of these wells are still usable, and their water has not dried up. The design of these wells was such that no one could see them from the outside. What's even more fascinating is that Kord-e Olya Underground City had a capacity of nearly 3,000 soldiers. The Kazi National Park. Kazi National Park and Wildlife Sanctuary is located in the southeast of the city of Isfahan. Kazi National Park in Isfahan has been a habitat for wildlife for a long time and has a rich historical background. Since the Safavid era, and especially during the Qajar period, the mountains of this region have been considered exclusive hunting grounds for kings. In the late 19th century, Zil al-Sultan, the ruler of Isfahan, mentioned Kazi and Shakhu as rich and beautiful hunting grounds in his book. So far, 252 plant species belonging to 192 genera and 46 families have been recorded in Kazi. In addition to grasses, the vegetation of Kazi National Park includes various tree and shrub species that grow in different valleys and foothills. The main vegetation type in the area is dominated by tamarisk. To date, 17 mammal species, 44 bird species, 11 reptile species, and 1 amphibian species have been identified and recorded in Kazi National Park. Ari Mora Citadel. Ari Mora Citadel is the second largest residential citadel in Iran after Ari Bam, and it boasts unique architectural and urban planning features. This citadel is a large adobe fortress with tall towers and spacious courtyards, located approximately 50 kilometers north of Isfahan, in the heart of Mora Citadel village. It covers an area of about 15,000 square meters. There are various speculations about the exact construction date of the citadel, but the majority believe that it was likely built in the 9th century AH, which is the 15th century CE. However, some historians attribute it to the pre-Safavid periods. The citadel has 2 gateways and 8 defensive towers, with windows and arrow slits created on the upper parts of the walls. The embedded entrances in the 2 main towers, located in the north and west of the complex, not only enhance security, but also provide easy access to the interior of the citadel. Due to the lack of archaeological studies in the region, the exact antiquity of this citadel remains uncertain. However, according to historical books and the belief of some experts, its history can be traced back to the 9th century AH. Some even consider its antiquity to predate the Safavid era. Nevertheless, the precise construction date of this Islamic-era citadel is not well established. This historical citadel witnessed the victory of Nader Shah over the invading Afghans in the year 1142 AH, 1730 CE, which ultimately led to the retreat of the Afghans from Isfahan. Punar waterfall. Punar waterfall originates from the springs of the Zagros Mountains and is formed by the melting snow and glaciers of the surrounding peaks. After flowing for a considerable distance, it cascades into the Vagran River. This waterfall is adorned with moss-covered walls which enhance its beauty. The name of this waterfall is attributed to the presence of puny plants along its path and surroundings. Wild barberry trees are also found along the way to the waterfall. Punar waterfall is formed by several springs, with one of the springs located about 2 to 3 kilometers upstream of the waterfall, and several other springs adding to it along the way. Other important springs are also situated along the path to the waterfall. All of these springs are perennial. The waterfall has water throughout all seasons of the year and freezes in winter. In the wide area above the waterfall, the water spreads out among the rocks. L-vazon Valley. The pristine nature and presence of abundant springs have transformed this beautiful valley into a unique spot in Isfahan province. L-vazon, among the flowering plants in this region, also known as tear flower or Mariam's tear, gets its name from the dew that gathers amongst these flowers and trickles down. The lifespan of this plant is very short, and its flowering begins in early April. It is said that this flower witnessed the moment when Siavash's throat met the sharp blade of Garsivaz. Due to its lower elevation and the resulting warmer climate, the flowers in this valley bloom earlier compared to other L-vazon valleys in Iran. Tam Village. Tam is one of the pristine areas located at the foothills of the Caucasus Mountains, in a pleasant and temperate region. These mountains were formed as a result of the emergence of underground magma from cracks. They are so tall that they are often covered in snow. According to one of them, the reason for the naming is that this mountain is so tall and rugged that even a crow cannot fly over it. In addition to its beautiful landscapes, this village has a special ceremony that we would like to mention. The ancient Joljolan ceremony is one of the most famous ceremonies in Tam Village. It lasts for 3 nights and starts on the 17th of day month and ends on the 19th of day month. The ceremony begins with a group of young people and adolescents heading to the outskirts of the village and the foothills of the Caucasus Mountains after sunset. They light bushfires, and farmers go to their orchards and place a stone next to the trees. It is believed that this act increases the fruitfulness of the trees and brings blessings to their gardens. Sometime later, the local youth extinguish the torches and enter the village as a group, visiting the homes of the villagers. One of the young people recites a traditional poem, but not all at once, rather line by line, pausing after each line. The reason for the pause is for the others to shout, "Hoo!" When the poem is finished, the homeowner brings a large tray, usually made of copper, filled with nuts, sugar and pastries, etc., to offer to the gathering. Of course, the nature of this offering depends on the financial situation of the homeowner, and it's not the same for everyone. Thank you for accompanying us. Looking forward to seeing you. Goodbye for now.